At the funeral, I saw the shroud moving. The firefighter family discovered the truth at the funeral for a 99-year-old grandmother. The family discovered the strange, so decided to check. Unexpectedly discovered the shocking truth. The incident happened on July 26 in the village of Quine, in the district of Sulutsho, North Matabeleland Province, Zimbabwe. A 99-year-old woman has risen up to 2 times while being buried by her family and villagers. The incident is causing a stir in Zimbabwe public opinion. Accordingly, grandmother Nkosazana Ncube, 99 years old, passed away at her home at 3 a.m. on July 25, but this death was not confirmed by a doctor. After completing the traditional funeral procedures, her family and villagers took her body for burial. Her body was wrapped in a shroud before being buried in the ground. However, just before burial, a relative accidentally saw the shroud move. They checked and were shocked to find that old Nkosazana was still alive. After that, the old lady was taken home. However, at 1 a.m. on July 26, family members found that the body of Mrs. Nkosazana was cold again, saying that this time she had passed away, so she continued to be buried. Unexpectedly this time, the 99-year-old woman moved her body again and got up a second time. At about 6 a.m. on July 26, the old woman was confirmed to have really passed away and was buried at 11 a.m. on the same day. Relatives of Mrs. Nkosazana said that they were shocked but not frightened by the scene of the grandmother's life because they believed that this was related to their ancestors. Sharing with a reporter at the Chronicle news site, a villager in Quine said that everyone was shocked because they had never seen anything like that before. Mr. Thapson Lobu, a family member, confirmed that Mrs. Nkosazana died and came back to life twice. She has been ill for a long time. In addition to her old age, she also had a stroke that leads to paralysis. A few days ago, the situation worsened when she could no longer speak. Around 3 a.m. on July 25, she passed away, we informed the village chief. Preparing to be buried when the rest, he concentrated fully and began to dig up. When we were about to be buried, one person noticed the shroud moving. She was still breathing. Mr. Thapson continued about the second resurrection of Mrs. Nkosazana. At 6 a.m., they planned to take the old woman to the local clinic for a checkup. Mr. Thapson said, "We were very worried about what happened. We were going to take her to the clinic, even rented a car. Her body was cold, so we thought she was dead. But after a while it was warm again. So we were really confused. We are not frightened by her resurrection. It was like she was possessed by an ancestral soul," Mr. Thapson added. Ted Moyo, a local resident, said this was the first time she had heard of a resurrected dead person. "This is really worrying. If she is in a coffin, she could suffer. Buried alive. I have never heard of such a miracle before." Mr. Elijah Vunla, chief of the village Quine, said he believed that old lady Nkosazana had passed away and rose from the dead. He said, "We even had to plan to consult with the people because this is very strange to us. She passed away peacefully, but we still have to postpone the funeral to be sure that she was really gone." Zolani Ndlovu, director of Impilo Central Hospital, said it was difficult to determine what happened to Nkosazana because she had not been taken to the medical facility in the first place. Medically, the old woman is not dead yet, but at old age, the fluctuations can make her lose consciousness. Clinically, if someone is dead, they will have no brain activity. Unlike the fruit, heart, once the brain stops working, it will not be able to restart. In the case of Mrs. Nkosazana, she may have passed out and her heart rate was very low, so the family thought that the grandmother had passed away. In essence, at that time, the old woman was in the midst of life and death. But she was not really gone. Therefore, the determination of whether or not someone has died is not examined by a doctor. It is possible to draw exact conclusions.